Imagine a world where knowledge was not found in digital devices or mass-produced books, but in carefully hand-bound manuscripts, each one a work of art. In ancient civilizations, bookbinding wasn't just a craft, it was the preservation of history. A way of protecting knowledge for future generations. The art of bookbinding began long before printing presses or e-books. From the papyrus scrolls of Egypt to the vellum manuscripts of medieval monks, this craft was essential in preserving the written word. But why did this ancient craft matter? And how did it evolve into the modern books we cherish today? Let's step back in time and discover the origins of bookbinding, a craft that not only shaped how we read but also how we share knowledge with the world. From scrolls to codices in ancient Egypt. Thousands of years ago in ancient Egypt, the art of writing began on papyrus scrolls, a material made from the reeds of the Nile River. These scrolls were used for everything: religious texts, laws, and even love letters. But as the Egyptians learned more about how to preserve their knowledge, they began to shift from scrolls to codices, marking the very beginning of bookbinding as we know it. The first codices were a major step forward. Instead of rolling up a scroll every time a text needed to be stored, codices allowed people to bind multiple pages together, creating a book-like structure that was much easier to handle, carry, and preserve. The Egyptians knew that these bound pages could hold far more knowledge and could be passed down through generations. It was in Egypt that we first saw the birth of bookbinding techniques. The Egyptians didn't just write, they also understood the importance of preserving what was written. Early binding methods were simple yet revolutionary, using leather and wood to create durable books that could withstand time. Unlike the fragile papyrus scrolls, what we can learn from this early period is that knowledge preservation has always been essential for progress. Just as the Egyptians saw value in binding words, we continue to see the importance of preserving ideas in today's digital age. Now, let's move forward in time and explore how this ancient art evolved across cultures, especially in ancient Greece, where the techniques were refined and expanded. In ancient Greece, the art of bookbinding began to evolve. While the Egyptians perfected the codex, the Greeks took it further, introducing parchment, a more durable and flexible material than papyrus. This shift allowed for more long-lasting books and greater versatility in binding techniques. Greek artisans were masters of both practicality and elegance. They not only improved the durability of the pages but also introduced parchment stitching, using leather covers to protect delicate texts. This technique ensured that books could be carefully preserved and passed down through generations. For the Greeks, bookbinding wasn't just about function, it was about elegance. The Greeks believed books were symbols of knowledge. So, they created decorative covers, often engraved with intricate designs and adorned with gold leaf, ensuring that each book wasn't just a tool but also a work of art. As the Roman Empire expanded, the craft of bookbinding reached new heights. Romans didn't just improve existing methods, they introduced binding presses, which allowed them to create books more efficiently and with greater precision. These presses made it possible to produce uniform bindings at a much faster pace. In Rome, books became symbols of luxury and status. Wealthy Romans would gift beautifully bound books to guests, often decorated with precious metals like gold embossing. These books weren't just for reading, they were about showcasing knowledge and sophistication, serving as status symbols in Roman society. Today, the legacy of Greek and Roman bookbinding lives on. Their commitment to quality materials and innovative techniques still influences modern craftsmen. The art of bookbinding is no longer just about preserving knowledge, it's about honoring the written word with beauty, precision, and care. After the fall of the Roman Empire, Europe entered a new era, the Middle Ages. In this turbulent time, monasteries became the guardians of knowledge. Here, monks spent countless hours carefully copying ancient texts and religious writings, preserving the wisdom of the past for future generations. Using simple tools like needle and thread, monks perfected the section sewing technique, stitching groups of pages into a secure and durable binding. This method ensured that books would survive for centuries, passing down wisdom and knowledge through the ages. But these manuscripts were far more than functional. Illuminated manuscripts, decorated with intricate designs and gold leaf, transformed each page into a visual masterpiece. These books weren't just written, they were alive with color, creating a deeper connection to the sacred texts they held. For the monks, creating these books was more than a craft, it was a spiritual devotion. Binding and decorating each manuscript was a way of honoring the divine and ensuring that the sacred knowledge would endure for centuries to come. Today, these manuscripts are preserved in libraries, revered not only for their content but also for the artistry and dedication that went into creating them. The legacy of medieval bookbinding lives on in modern craftsmanship, where attention to detail and devotion continue to shape the way we preserve knowledge. In the 15th century, a revolutionary invention changed the world of bookmaking forever. The printing press, created by Johannes Gutenberg, allowed for the mass production of books. Suddenly, the ancient art of bookbinding, which had flourished for centuries, was on the verge of being replaced. Before the printing press, books were handcrafted one by one, with artisans carefully binding them by hand. With Gutenberg's invention, books could be printed in large quantities, making knowledge more accessible to people across the world. But did this spell the end for ancient bookbinding? Not exactly. While the printing press made books more affordable and accessible, it didn't end the craft of bookbinding. Instead, it created a new demand for luxury-bound books, often sought by the wealthy. These handcrafted books became collectible, valued not only for their content but also for their artistic craftsmanship. Today, bookbinding is still celebrated as a luxurious craft, with artisans creating beautiful, custom-made books. The printing press transformed book production, but the art of binding continues to thrive, reminding us that craftsmanship and quality will always hold value. The printing press didn't erase the past, it transformed it. Bookbinding evolved, blending old traditions with modern innovations. Today, we can still appreciate the beauty and heritage of ancient craftsmanship, ensuring that the art of bookbinding will never be forgotten. In a world dominated by digital screens and mass production, there has been a growing revival of the ancient craft of bookbinding. While e-books and online reading have changed the way we consume knowledge, many people are turning back to the beauty of handmade books. These personalized, crafted treasures are valued for their uniqueness and the care that goes into their creation. Modern artisans are blending traditional techniques with contemporary materials to create custom-made books that are both functional and artistic. The process of binding today is a fusion of precision, creativity, and craftsmanship, where each book becomes a work of art, infused with the passion of its creator. A handmade book is no longer just about the written word, it's about the experience. Whether it's a personal journal, a luxury edition, or a customized notebook, these books offer something special. The touch of leather, the feel of the pages, and the visual beauty of the design create an emotional connection, making the book an irreplaceable treasure. What sets handmade books apart is their connection to tradition. The attention to detail and quality that goes into the work is something that mass-produced books cannot replicate. Bookbinding today is a way of preserving craftsmanship, honoring the ancient art, and embracing modern innovation, creating books that are timeless, meaningful, and personal. The revival of bookbinding reminds us that even in an age of digital technology, there is still a place for human touch and personal craftsmanship. A handmade book is more than just a functional item, it is a symbol of quality, tradition, and the enduring value of craftsmanship that connects us to the past. Embracing the timeless art of bookbinding. In a world where technology dominates our daily lives, it's easy to forget the craftsmanship that has stood the test of time. The art of bookbinding, passed down through centuries, reminds us of the value of tradition, the beauty of handwork, and the story behind each book. By embracing handmade books, we not only honor a rich history but also connect with something timeless, a craft, a story, a legacy. Each book is more than just a collection of pages, it's a piece of art, a memory, and a treasure that carries the love and care of its creator. So, what's your story? What book would you cherish forever? Whether it's a journal, a novel, or a custom piece, there's no better time than now to celebrate the art of bookbinding. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.